It's me, da Doom. Welcome to the hall. So, welcome back, Wargamers, to another KingBonezai journey vlog. So, currently, I am going down to Shadow in the East 3, and I am bringing it was an idea I had when the PDF for The Hobbit first came out, and so I kind of got an idea together and painted up the miniatures. I'm not sure how good it'll be because of the low numbers, but what I'm bringing is a Dane on Warboar, 7 Iron Hills with Spear and Shield. I am bringing as well 5 crossbows with Spear and Crossbow, and a Banner and Shield and Spear. Then I am bringing Thranduil, who will actually be my general. And I was giving some thought to who should be my general and whether it should be Dane or Thranduil. I figured people want to just feed Thranduil with one guy a turn, but if he's the general, they'll be more tempted to go after him and then leave Dane alone to just destroy. So yeah, Thranduil has 5 armored Mirkwood Elves with Shield and Glaive, and then 1 Palace Guard with Shield and Spear. And then I also have Legolas, Prince of the Woodland Realm, with a horse, and he, in addition to having his horse, he is leading 2 Mirkwood Cavalry. So that is my list. Only 24 models, but does have some good synergy between the Iron Hills army bonus and Thranduil's Hall's army bonus because they're historical allies. So yeah, Shadow in the East is a different type of event. It's kind of a narrative-driven map campaign. So what is happening is we go to various parts of Middle-earth and you fight with someone over the board that represents that part of Middle-earth. And it's teams good and evil, so good players can't fight other good players. And eventually there's no one winner, it's all whether good wins or whether evil wins, and each side will have a MVP voted for by his teammates. So, yeah, that's how it's going, and yeah, I'll see you after Game 1. Yeah, after Game 1 it was Reconnoiter, and I was playing against Easterlings, and it kind of felt closer than it was, but he managed to win 10-2, so a major loss, which is bad for the team. But yeah, I mean, I think my Grimhammer force from 3 weeks ago is definitely better. I just need to get some Grimhammers bought and some more Grimhammers bought and paint them up as King's Guard so that they actually can compete in these painting competitions. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. He managed to get 3 guys off. If I had 1 priority for the last turn, he would have only gotten 1 off, and if I killed just a couple more, I could have broken him, so that could have been a minor loss, but yeah, it didn't work out too well. So going into the next game, I'm hoping to take on Jake, because my army will probably do badly against any normal army, might have a chance against his, kind of tailored to destroying that type of list, so we'll see, and I'll see you after Game 2. For Game 3, I played against Jake, and he had his Balrog, a Watcher, and a Cave Drake. And so my plan was to, as he charged them forward, that I would envelop one or the other of the Drake and Watcher in my heroes, kill them, combat into the other, and destroy them in like a single turn, then have my whole army on the Balrog. But unfortunately, Jake was skirmishing with his whip, and because he skirmished with his whip, I kind of wasn't able to move forward quite the way I wanted. I had to go towards the Balrog, and he was between 2 tree lines, so only my elves could move through there, and my cav couldn't, so I was kind of bottled up into where I was trying to fight, and he had the Watcher pulling people from the Balrog, allowing the Balrog to whip into Thranduil. Thranduil held a while with his heroic defense, but yeah, and then even so, I just wasn't rolling when I needed to against like the Watcher and the Cave Drake. He only killed the Cave Drake with him having only 1 wound and 1 fate at the end. But yeah, so pretty toasted, but was still a fun game. Jake is just so much fun to play, even when he's trashing you. It's quite interesting that way, but at the same time, I don't mind. It's fun playing him. So yeah, I'll be going into the last game of today, Game 4, and we'll see what happens if I can finally get a win. Alright, well, let's see. So, welcome back. I know you probably can't see me too well. I might put a picture up, but we'll see. But yeah, so my final game of the day was Contest of Champions versus Rob. We had a goblin horde of 107 goblins, so breakpoint of 52 models. And just for reference, I'm playing 24 model armies, so he outnumbered me more than 4 times. His breakpoint was about 225% of what my army was. So yeah, but fortunately I was playing on Weathertop, so what we did is we had the Goblin King and his warband was in Weathertop, and all my guys, except a few outriding cavalry who just died pretty much, were inside Weathertop, and we essentially just defended it. The problem is the Goblin King was on the other side from Thranduil, who was my general, so that the Goblin King was avoiding Thranduil as he was just cutting through guys, and I wanted to get Thranduil to kill the Goblin King for victory points, as well as Thranduil's higher fight, his Elven Blades ignore Blubbery Mass. However, Dane ends up having to charge the Goblin King, and so he ends up dealing 6 wounds to the Goblin King. Okay, he'll probably do Blubbery Mass, but nope, he actually fails 4 Blubbery Mass saves, so Dane kills the Goblin King, and I was actually upset that Dane killed the Goblin King on a fluke, because I want Thranduil to do it, because it has to be your leader killing the other leader to get 3 victory points. So, but yeah, so pretty much at that point I had won with at least 7 victory points, but there was still breaking up for the grab, and after many more turns I ended up breaking him, and then his goblins just started running away after like 2 more turns, and in the end I had killed or caused to flee 94 goblins, but he still outnumbered me with 17 models to 14, because I was, actually no, it was more like 17 models to 12 or 13, because I was like 1 away from breaking, or 1 or 2 away from breaking. So yeah, it was a very fun game, and yeah, goblins going everywhere. I started playing track where Thorn and his company are fighting the goblins, just because it was so reminiscent of just the goblins charging everywhere and just getting cut down. So yeah, that's the end of day 1, and Good is currently in the lead, and we'll be going into day 2 to decide the fate of Middle-earth. Welcome back, Wargamers, to day 2, game 5. So, game 5, I was paired up against Jen Iverson, Matt Iverson's wife, and she had a, 2 trolls, a troll chieftain, the Witch King on Fellbeast with, crown, 15 will, 2 fate, 3 might, and a troll catapult. And so we were playing capture and control. So I kind of moved my guys up. I kept them all together and didn't have anyone to split the capital off, so I lost 2 guys, Dane Spore, and a fate off, and a fate off of Thranduil. Maybe I lost even 3 guys. And so that kind of messed up my battle line, but then I kind of moved forward, redirecting shots. Eventually, Legolas was standing in the back, guarding 1 objective. 1 troll was sitting on my left, the left middle from where I was staying. The Witch King kept shutting Legolas' shots down. Eventually, the Witch King moved in to take an objective that dwarves had taken in the middle of Weathertop, because they're playing on the Weathertop board. And then Legolas, then next turn, I had priority. I charged in on the Witch King. Legolas shot the Witch King, removed both fate and all his might. Next turn, the Witch King killed the dwarf, took the objective, and went very close to the objective, close to my board edge. Legolas, she rolled for that, didn't transfix Legolas. Legolas shot the Witch King and killed the Witch King, and so that was the end of the Witch King. And then after the Witch King died, I had also, in the main battle during that time, I killed the chieftain and 1 troll in a turn, and then I moved towards the catapult, and then I managed to kill the catapult troll eventually, kill the catapult guys. But then I realized that the game, so she was broken, the game could end, but what happened is I realized I needed to knock the troll off the objective, otherwise the troll would, the troll would die on the objective, and I wouldn't get it. When I table turned, the game ended. So I had Thranduil beat the troll, then I moved in with Thranduil touching the objective, so I took it for a 12-0. So that actually netted me 15 points for good, because it escalates. The game number is times whether you got a minor middle or major victory. So major victory on game 5 got me 15 points. That means I am helping my team more than I'm hurting them. So as long as I don't get worse, as long as I don't have a major loss, I've overall helped my team, which is good. And, you know, so I'll continue trying to help the forces of good, and I'll come back after game 6 and for the award ceremony. See you then. KingBonezai after game 6, and I am literally shaking right now because I was playing the Easter eggs, okay? So, Iron Hills, we didn't get Lords of Battle, which I'm like, ah, darn. But what we did do is we were playing To the Death. So I pretty much castled, because I had a banner, he didn't. So I castled. He had to come to me, and so what happened is he came in the first turn, because this is the guy who beat me in round 1 as well, Reconnoiter. And so he came in and hit the line. I dismounted Amdur with an archery bullet. Otherwise, I killed like one con rider, and dismounted one con guy through all my shooting. And then one crossbow died during shooting. So then he came in, and his dice were hot on the first turn. It was like the last game. And I'm like, oh no, like I forgot to get Dane in on the Condish King at first, and it's just like, oh my goodness. Battery cut out, or not my battery, my storage, and then it was time for the prizes, so we'll show that afterward. But what my 6th game was, is it was coming down, and what we then realized is as we were playing, it was getting close. I had the banner advantage, we were both close to breaking, our generals were in dangerous positions. I did manage to save Thranduil. He didn't counter that heroic move when I pulled Thranduil away from a potentially dangerous situation. And so then what happened is we were informed that everyone else had finished their games, and whoever won the game we were playing would be the side that wins the tournament. And there was also Palantir up for grabs. He had a Palantir. So a Palantir was up for grabs in the entire tournament. And so we were playing, and there was the last heroic move off. He had been winning every single one, because Jake had come over and was like, do it, and he had been winning every single heroic move off. And then the last one, he rolled a 6 for. And I won, and I was able to get the banner around 4 guys. He had no more might, so he couldn't heroic combat. And then Dane went, Thranduil was protected, he was against 1 guy. And that was literally it, because, and then we actually timed out in the shooting phase. Or we timed out as we rolled the last dice of the move phase, so the shooting phase was the last phase, timed out. There could have maybe been a 25%, though that's kind of unlikely. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. Won by 2 victory points. Won the game, won the tournament, won me a Contiri. And so that is just awesome. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, support your Hobbit hobby, and Achmed Muki Astu. Thank you.